Spookies Jump Scare Mansion, day 27. 27, happy Monday. Everybody loves Mondays. Everybody loves Mondays. We're back in the office. Back from our weekend. How was everybody's weekend, huh? What you do? What do you guys do for your weekend? Oh, interesting. Very cool. How was that office roleplay? Dude, I can't do like office small talk. I think my old job, I work in an office. My old job was a lot less understanding about how socially inept I am. My new job is is pretty chill. They kind of just like, I remember actually being like clocked by a coworker where she was like, I don't remember exactly what we were saying, but I was like, yeah, I just have trouble. And she was like, yeah, I'm a psychology major. I understand what you mean or what you're talking about or something. And I was like, what the fuck? What the hell? It was like, I don't know. I don't know if she was like, yeah, you're like autistic, bro, or just like the social anxiety stuff. God, these woke schools in there trying to make everybody autistic, you know. Oh, everybody's got autism. What? You stop the microwave timer at 1 second? Boom, autism. I'm just joking, by the way. This is not my opinions at all. I'm like the weirdo who thinks everybody has fucking autism. Like people will be like, "Do you think this person has autism?" I'm like, "Yes, for sure." All the time. I think like every person in my family has autism. I think I have autism. I think my, brother has autism. I think all my friends have autism. It's just because there's like so many different factors that go into this weird scale. I had a friend who is diagnosed, and she was like, yeah, the way I describe it to people is it's a bunch of dials, and like some dials are turned up more than others. And I agree with that too. In my head, like for a long time, I was like, yeah, I mean, like, I think I might have like some parts of the autism scale thing. But like the social ineptness, like I'm pretty socially apt, I would say. But then I got an office job and I'm like, I definitely don't fucking understand any of these like niceties, any of these like simple conversations that I'm supposed to have. Like I can't fake emotions at all. I can barely sound like happy or excited when I want to be happy or excited. You know what I'm saying? I think when I'm editing my videos on my main channel and also with this channel, like I either sound like really bored or sleepy or monotone. And I don't, it's like slightly makes me insecure, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I think people understand. Like I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't fun for me. So yeah, it is fun for me, but I don't know. There was like recently at my work, it was an empty office where I work. My boss is so chill. He's the dopeness. He's like the best person, probably the best boss I've ever had. I'm going to think about that for like half a second. Let me think about it. Okay. I forgot I have another really cool boss that I used to have at Five Guys. She was probably the best boss I've ever had, but this guy is a very close second. But being like a cool, good boss in an office setting is awesome because you don't have to do all the stupid bullshit. Like I hate when office bosses are like, "Oh, you're sick? Okay." Like they like want you to, they like think you're FSing it every time. FSing it, of course, stands for fake sicking it. Like always they think you're FSing it. No, dog. Absolutely not. I have fucking COVID. Just kidding. I don't know. But he's not like that at all. So I like my section of the office, which is like 3 people. If you're even a little bit sick and you don't want to like get the other people sick, usually we'll call in. And it's not a big deal. Like we get paid sick time. We can make up the work not easily, but fairly easily when we get back in the office. We could even work from home if we have to. It's very flexible job situation. So that just means that like occasionally the office is nearly entirely empty. A fair amount of times, I would say like maybe even like once a week, I'll be the only person in the office. And it was one of these days, and the mail lady comes around, and I don't know what it is. She has like a very strong energy. not like on some crystal shit, but like just anytime she talks, it seems like there's like poison. Like she seems very judgmental. That's what I'll say. And I don't really talk to many people that I don't have to talk to in an office setting. And so it was just me and her, and she had mail for one of my coworkers who wasn't there. And she's like, God, she like gets there. She's like, God, like not to me, but just like to the air. I don't even know if she realized I was there. And then she like hurried and spun around and saw me. And I was just like, kind of just doing my work. She's like, nervously laughs. And then she's like, is she ever here? Like, what? What do you mean? And she's like, is she ever here? The girl that works here. Is she ever here? Should I go check the roof if she's like doing yoga or something? I was like, what the? I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like that was my response. And then like, she's like, okay, whatever. Could you just sign for this package so that I could just leave it here? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And she made some other joke and then like disappeared. And I was like so weirded out. I was like, what the fuck? Do I like tell my coworker about this? Because me and my coworkers are like, at least, you know, we're like friends, maybe friendly at least. And I was like, I don't know, just like overthinking this whole situation was so weird. Thinking about it like for like 10 minutes, which felt like a long time for someone who, I don't know, overthinks as much as I do. And then she comes back and she's like, hey, earlier, I was just joking, right? I was just joking. I was like, oh, yeah, ha, ha, ha. I was like, yeah, ha, of course, ha, ha, hee, hee. And then she disappears again. I was like, surely that's like so that HR doesn't get called, right? And I've never spoken to this mail lady again, and I see her like every day. It's just like an awkward situation now. I feel like I try to avoid talking to as many people as possible in the office. And the place that I work at is like, oh man, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but there's like a conservative sort of subcategory of people who will just have the most monotonous, boring small talk. And I don't mind small talk, but if it's very obvious that you don't fuck with me and I don't really fuck with you, like you really don't have to go out of your way to talk to me. My old job is in the same company. It's funny because my old job is like probably the worst job I've ever worked. And then my new job is like maybe the best job I've ever worked. But it's in the same company. And someone who made my old job one of the worst jobs I've ever worked just moved 2 cubicles down from me. And I'm like, oh my God, I do not want this. I do not want this at all. And every single time she sees me, she makes sure it's known that like I hate her. And I'm like, listen, it's not that serious. Like, we just have to work together. You don't have to like draw attention to the fact that we're like not friendly every single time. Like, she would come in and she'd be like, "Oh, hey Dominic, haha, you're probably so mad that I'm working with you again, haha. Like, oh, you thought I got rid of you, haha." Like these like small little comments. I'm like, just shut up. I got like invoices to route or whatever the fuck I'm doing. So I don't know. I feel bad saying like shut up. That's a bit intense, but it feels so purposeful. So that's all my point is. It's like, I feel like it's like the nagging as much as you possibly can without having it be like specifically HR callable. Like, people will try to start shit. Some people will try to start shit in like a office setting because they just don't have anything to fucking do. And it's been pissing me off lately. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long I'll be working at this job though. Because I will be moving to Brazil by the end of the year. And if I can't get a remote job with this company, then I'll just have to quit. Which I would love to work remote for this company. Talked to my boss about it, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen, but he said he would help me and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was weird because I was like doing something that was relating to me moving, kind of in secret, because I haven't told anybody outright that I'm like leaving. I've just been telling people that I want to work remote. Because it's like, I don't know, it's like the squeaky wheel gets greased sort of mentality. So I just bring it up when I can, essentially. But I was like doing something and it wasn't like, nobody could see. I can't remember what it was, if it was like budgeting or like moving money from one account to another for like my savings or something. Literally in the middle of it. And then my coworker, a cubicle beside me, was like, "So when are you going to move to Brazil?" Because my partner's from Brazil. And I talk a lot about how I don't really like a lot of what America's doing right now. And it just scared me so bad. I was like, what do you mean? Oh yeah, pee time. Occasionally I'll hit one of these. I think I should get in the habit of just stopping recording and then coming back and just hitting record again. But sorry, I'm talking about the art now. If you're like not listening, or if you're not watching but you're listening, I'm talking about the art now. I've listened to a couple of these back and it's hard to tell when I transition between like story and talking about art. But yeah, I'll occasionally put like this little pee time thing on the screen and I go to the bathroom, come back. But yeah, like the downside of just stopping recording is that it's hard. It's sometimes hard for me to just get in the like groove of wanting to record, if that makes sense. So it's easier to just, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, my coworker was like, "When are you going to go to Brazil?" Like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe sort of situation. I really don't want to be like replaced while working there is my worry. So I don't really know who. I feel like I could probably talk to my direct coworkers about it. And I honestly might. I've talked to my partner about it. My partner's like, I wouldn't. I would just wait. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But then I was like, where did that come from? Ha ha he he. Because it was like I was literally in the middle of working on something having to do with it. So I was like scared that I got caught or something. I don't know. It was just a whole weird situation. Work is weird, but I don't know. We'll get there. I'll get there, and I'll be in Brazil by the end of the year. Done. Subscribe, comment, tell me a game to draw. Tell me your new dreams.